Hello and welcome to our daily devotional. Today is Thursday, July 16th, 2020, and we are going to be checking out the parable of the weeds in the field, told by Jesus in the Gospel according to Matthew. The parable is told in verses 24 through 30, and then Jesus goes on to explain the parable in verses 36 through 43. So that's what we'll read. Ready? Jesus told them another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like a man who sowed good seed in his field. But while everyone was sleeping, his enemy came and sowed weeds among the wheat and then went away. When the wheat sprouted and formed heads, the weeds also appeared. The owner's servants came to him and said, "Sir, didn't you sow good seed in your field? Where then did the weeds come from?" "An enemy did this," he replied. The servants asked him, "Do you want us to go and pull them up?" "No," he answered, "because while you are pulling the weeds, you may uproot the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest. At that time, I will tell the harvesters, 'First collect the weeds and tie them in bundles to be burned. Then gather the wheat and bring it into my barn.'" Then he left the crowd and went into the house. His disciples came to him and said, "Explain to us the parable of the weeds in the field." He answered, "The one who sowed the good seed is the Son of Man. The field is the world, and the good seed stands for the people of the kingdom. The weeds are the people of the evil one, and the enemy who sows them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the age, and the harvesters are angels. As the weeds are pulled up and burned in the fire, so it will be at the end of the age. The Son of Man will send out his angels, and they will weed out of his kingdom everything that causes sin and all who do evil. They will throw them into the blazing furnace, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Then the righteous will shine like the sun in the kingdom of their Father. Whoever has ears, let them hear." End of reading. So we have Jesus telling this deep truth about ultimate reality by means of a parable. He's got this story, and the story and the characters and the setting all have deeper meaning. It all has this one meaning, which we're fortunate enough to hear that Jesus explains because the disciples inquired of him. "Explain to us the parable of the weeds in the field," they said. Well, sometimes you're reading the Bible, you don't understand something, you got to ask the Lord, explain it to me. Here we have it. Jesus tells you. He tells you who the characters are and what it's all about. So it might be good to reread the parable after we got the explanation. We see that the one who sowed the good seed is the Son of Man. That's Jesus. That's the title for Jesus. The field is the world. So he's sowing the seed in the whole world. And the good seed stands for the people of the kingdom. We're not discriminating anyone. It's going out everywhere. The weeds are the people of the evil one. And who sows them? The enemy. We have an enemy, and it is the devil. So then we have this future hope, the harvest at the end of the age, where everything will be set right. So this message is scary because it's talking about, a blazing furnace, angels throwing people into a blazing furnace. But it's a time when things will be set right, when you will have future justice in the end of the age. Then the righteous will shine like the sun in the kingdom of their Father. So we have that future hope. But in the meantime, we have to endure. So, good seed, wheat, and weeds. Wheat and weeds are set up in this dichotomy of having to cohabitate in this field. And Jesus will not risk pulling out the weeds before the appointed time. So when you had that trouble, we know that it's God ordained to endure, but we have a future hope. And so why don't we go ahead and, after we have the explanation to the parable, go back and check out the parable again in Matthew 13:24-30. And I hope that it will inspire your faith and to put more trust in the Son of Man, our Lord Jesus. God bless you.